Hi, James here from PF Personal Training. So I'm going to try and keep this short. I do like to talk. So today's subject is talking about change and why we find it so difficult, basically. So we all know we should be making changes in our life. You know, we've stayed in jobs for years when we hate the job, or in relationships that aren't quite working, or you know, we want to lose weight, we want to eat better, we want to get fitter, and we can't quite make that change, basically. And whenever we do, we find ourselves going back to old ways. So the thing is that there's a few different reasons for this, and I'll try and skim through this and keep it short. So the first thing is usually fear that it's when you get there, it's not going to be as good as what you thought it was going to be. The other thing can be fear of the pain during the process. So for example, let's just focus on losing weight and eating healthy. So you're focusing on how much effort you have to put in, or fear of having things stripped from you that you enjoy, that you love, that you take pleasure from. So you're saying, I want to lose weight, I want to get fit, I want to transform my life really, become fitter, happier, more energetic, sleep better. But then on the other hand, you're saying in your head, I don't want to take away the alcohol every night because that's how I relax. But I haven't got the time. I don't want to dedicate the time. I don't want to cook my meals from fresh. I like grabbing my coffee in the morning, for example. So in amongst our lives that are just full of continual change, almost sometimes we're scared of losing that control. So my advice to people is always to, rather than focus on the negative and focus on what happens if I get there and I'm not as happy, or you know, it's too much effort. You know, why is it that people like me, who have been doing this for 9 years, find it quite easy now? And it's because the change isn't actually as difficult as you first make out. Your brains kind of have this weird way of trying to protect you. So, so yeah, you've always talked yourself out of the change before you've even started, basically. You know, some people say they're waiting for a sign. You know, if you're waiting for a sign, this is your sign, basically. I'm giving you the sign. Go take the change. You know, what have you been holding back on? What change do you know you need to make that you keep putting off? You need to just focus on the positives of that change, basically. So what will that bring you? What will being thinner or healthier or changing your job, what will that bring into your life, for example? How will that make you feel? You need to just focus on the journey rather than the destination, basically. So focus on the new recipes or new hobbies or new friends that you meet, and the journey. Rather than keep focusing on where you want to be, you need to sort of enjoy the process. So as you work down your dress sizes, for example, if you want to be a size 12, you was a 16, when you get to 14, that's a landmark. You need to enjoy that and enjoy the whole process to keep yourself motivated, basically. And that's it for today. I'll probably touch on this again a bit later on, but for now, goodbye for now, and I'll speak to you soon.